Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from a curious viewer with a username that is, quite frankly, too powerful for this world. Mega Ultra Giga Brain 5000. Thanks for the suggestion, Megamind. You asked, why does looking at a bright light sometimes make us sneeze? Are we secretly part plant? While I admire your commitment to photosynthesis, we are, unfortunately, still human. About 10 to 35% of people experience this strange phenomenon, known as the photic sneeze reflex. It's a condition where bright light, especially sunlight, triggers an unexpected sneeze. So, what's going on here? Is this a glitch in the human operating system? A leftover superpower from our ancient ancestors? Or are some of us just allergic to the sun? Let's find out, right here on Explaining Everything. Before we jump into the bright light mystery, let's talk about sneezing itself. A sneeze is basically your body's built-in high-speed air cannon, designed to clear out unwanted particles. When something tickles or irritates the inside of your nose, dust, pollen, pepper, ghost particles from your embarrassing childhood memories, your body launches a full-scale defensive response. Your lungs fill with air, your throat locks up, and then, boom! 100 mile per hour sneeze explosion. But here's the thing. Sneezes usually happen because something is physically irritating your nose. Light, on the other hand, is not a physical irritant. So why does it make some of us react as if we just snorted a line of pepper? One of the most widely accepted explanations is that this whole thing is just a wiring mistake in your brain. Here's the deal. Your eyes and nose are both connected to the trigeminal nerve, which is basically the control center for all things face-related. When you suddenly step into bright light, your optic nerve, which handles vision, sends an urgent message to your brain. Hey, it just got super bright out here. Do something. Normally, your brain responds by shrinking your pupils to reduce the amount of light entering your eyes. But in some people, the trigeminal nerve accidentally picks up the message too. And because it's in charge of your nose, it misinterprets the signal as, "Whoa! Must be time to sneeze." It's like when you overhear someone say, "Want pizza?" and immediately yell, "Yes," before realizing they were talking to someone on the phone. Your brain is doing the same thing, misfiring a sneeze command because it got the wrong message. And because this is a genetic trait, if one of your parents has the photic sneeze reflex, there's a good chance you do too. Congratulations, you inherited a biological typo. Okay, so we know it's a wiring mix-up, but that raises another question. Why do we still have it? Wouldn't evolution have kicked this useless reflex to the curb by now? Scientists aren't totally sure, but there are a couple of interesting theories. 1. It's a harmless side effect. Some traits stick around just because they don't really hurt us. Like wisdom teeth, completely useless, often painful, yet still hanging around like that one guest who won't leave your party. The photic sneeze reflex might be the same thing, just an evolutionary leftover that never got deleted. 2. It might have been useful once. One idea is that sneezing when exposed to bright light could have helped our ancestors clear out dust or pollen from their noses when stepping into the sun. Maybe early humans needed a good nasal reset after sleeping in dark caves all night. 3. It's connected to brain activity. Some scientists think this reflex could be tied to how our brains process sensory input. In other words, our nervous system might just be prone to occasional cross-wiring. Whatever the reason, the photic sneeze reflex isn't harmful, so evolution hasn't really bothered fixing it. Now that we understand why this happens, here are some fun and totally unnecessary sneezing facts. First, it's called a CHEW syndrome. No joke, the full medical name is autosomal dominant compelling helio-ophthalmic outburst syndrome, which conveniently spells ACHOO. Scientists have a sense of humor. Second, not just the sun. While sunlight is the most common trigger, some people sneeze when they see bright artificial lights, flashlights, or even reflections off shiny surfaces. Third, it can be dangerous for pilots. Some Air Force pilots have photic sneeze reflex, which is a problem when you're flying a jet at 600 miles per hour and suddenly burst into a sneezing fit. Because of this, some militaries actually screen for it. Fourth, it can be used to force a sneeze. Ever had that annoying almost sneeze that won't come out? Staring at a bright light can sometimes force it through. Think of it as your built-in sneeze button. So there you have it. If you sneeze when you see bright light, it's not because you're part sunflower or allergic to the sun. It's just a funny little brain miscommunication. A harmless glitch passed down through generations. Honestly though, having a built-in sneeze trigger is kind of cool. Imagine if sneezing on command were a superpower. Would it be useful? Probably not. But would it be hilarious? Absolutely. If you enjoyed this, and if you're part of the secret society of sun sneezers, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.